Rediscovering childhood dreams to rekindle joy and passion. Hey there, welcome back to Women on Purpose. Do you remember what it felt like to be a child? Back then, the world was full of endless possibilities. You could be an artist one day, a scientist the next, or maybe even a superhero saving the day. Childhood was a time of pure, uninhibited imagination and exploration. It wasn't about what you had to do, it was about what you wanted to do. Now, life probably looks a lot different. Responsibilities, routines, and expectations might have pushed those childhood dreams to the back of your mind. But here's a thought. What if those dreams and passions you had as a little girl still hold a spark of who you are today? What if looking back could actually help you move forward? Reflecting on those carefree moments of joy and creativity can be a beautiful way to rediscover what truly makes you happy. It's like reconnecting with an old friend, your younger self, who knew exactly what lit up your soul before the world got so noisy. So, let's take a little walk down memory lane together. We'll look back at what you loved, laughed at, and dreamed about. Who knows? You might just find that spark of joy and passion waiting for you, ready to shine once again. Hey, beautiful. I know you've spent so much of your time taking care of everyone else, your family, your friends, your work. But what about you? Revisiting those childhood dreams and memories isn't just about nostalgia. It's a way to reconnect with your own heart and remind yourself of what brings you joy. You deserve to feel that spark again, to prioritize yourself for once, and to let those forgotten passions breathe life back into your days. The importance of childhood memories. Why childhood holds clues to your passion. Childhood is such a special time because it's when we're free to dream without limits or judgment. The things you loved as a child, whether it was drawing, exploring nature, or pretending to be a chef, were pure expressions of what made your heart sing. But as we grow older, life gets busy, and adult responsibilities start to take over. We're told to focus on what's practical or what others need from us, and sometimes our own dreams get pushed aside. Revisiting those childhood passions isn't just looking back. It's a way to remember what truly excites and fulfills you at your core. The role of nostalgia. Did you know that feeling nostalgic about your childhood can actually make you happier? Science shows that reflecting on joyful memories boosts your mood and strengthens your sense of identity. It's like a warm hug for your soul. When you think back to those carefree days, it can remind you of who you really are underneath all the busyness of life. Those happy moments can inspire you to bring similar activities into your life now. Things that make you laugh, feel creative, or just enjoy being yourself. It's a simple but powerful way to reconnect with your true self and invite more joy into your days. Reconnecting with your inner child. Let's take a moment to pause and reflect. You deserve it. Think back to your childhood and all those magical, carefree moments. What activities did you do that made time fly? Maybe it was painting, building forts, or making up stories. What about the people who inspired you? Who were your role models? And what made you look up to them? Can you remember what you used to dream of becoming when you grew up? Whether it was a ballerina, a veterinarian, or an inventor, those dreams mattered because they came straight from your heart. What toys or books did you love the most? Maybe you were drawn to adventure stories, art supplies, or playing pretend. These little memories might seem small, but they hold so many clues about what made you feel alive and joyful. By revisiting them, you're giving yourself permission to reconnect with your inner child, the part of you that knew what truly made you happy. Take your time, and let those memories guide you back to what lights up your soul. Journaling activity. Grab a notebook and let's create something special, a childhood passion inventory. Start by jotting down all your favorite activities, games, and creative outlets from when you were a kid. Don't overthink it. Just write whatever comes to mind, from climbing trees to painting or pretending to be a teacher. Once you've made your list, look for patterns or recurring themes, like a love for storytelling, creating, or exploring. These patterns can give you powerful insights into the things that still bring you joy and might be worth exploring again. Revisiting old activities and passions, trying old hobbies. Revisiting old hobbies can be such a beautiful way to reconnect with yourself. Did you love drawing as a child? Why not pick up a pencil or join an art class and see where it takes you? If storytelling was your thing, try journaling or writing short stories to let your imagination flow again. Maybe you adored being outside in nature. Think about going for a hike, starting a little garden, or even bird watching in your backyard. These small steps can bring so much joy and remind you of what you used to love. It's never too late to rediscover those passions and make them a part of your life again. Adapting childhood joys to adult life. Bringing your childhood joys into your adult life can be so fulfilling. If you loved playing pretend as a kid, consider trying an acting or improv class. It's a fun way to let loose and be creative. If puzzles were your thing, you might enjoy problem-solving hobbies like escape rooms or playing strategy board games with friends. For those who loved nurturing, whether it was through playing house or caring for dolls, you can channel that into something meaningful like mentoring, volunteering, or even focusing on self-care. These activities let you reconnect with what made you happy while adding a grown-up twist. It's all about finding ways to honor that inner child and bring a little more joy into your everyday life. Discovering hidden talents. How childhood passions can reveal skills. Sometimes, those childhood passions you had can uncover hidden talents you might not even realize you have. For example, if you loved drawing, crafting, or building things as a kid, that could mean you have a natural talent for art or design. Were you the curious one, always asking questions and exploring new things? That curiosity might translate into a passion for learning, researching, or even teaching. If you were the one who enjoyed taking care of others, whether it was helping your siblings or playing doctor, you might have a gift for empathy, mentoring, or building strong communities. These are not small things. They are clues to your strengths and the unique ways you can shine. Take a moment to reflect on those early joys and think about how they show up in your life now. You might discover talents that are just waiting for the chance to grow. Trust me, you have so much to offer. Stories of women who found their purpose. Let me share a few inspiring stories of women who reconnected with their childhood dreams and found so much joy and purpose. One woman, Sarah, loved drawing as a child, but set it aside for years while raising her family. When her kids grew older, she picked up a paintbrush again, and now she sells her artwork at local markets as a side project. It not only brings her happiness, but also extra income. Then there's Lisa, who always loved writing stories when she was younger. After years in a corporate job, she started journaling as a way to unwind, and eventually wrote a children's book inspired by her own childhood. Now, she's a published author and says it feels like she's finally doing what she was meant to do. And there's Maria, who adored baking with her grandmother as a little girl. Later in life, she turned that passion into a small home bakery, sharing her love of cookies and cakes with her community. She says baking brings back all the warmth and joy she felt in her grandma's kitchen. These stories show that it's never too late to revisit your childhood passions. Who knows what could come of giving your dreams another chance? Overcoming barriers. Addressing self-doubt. It's so easy to let self-doubt creep in when you're thinking about following a passion. Thoughts like, I'm too old, it's not practical, or I don't have time can feel so real, but they're just barriers holding you back. Start small. Set aside just 15 to 30 minutes a few times a week to focus on what makes you happy. You don't have to be perfect or have everything figured out. The goal is to enjoy the process and let it bring you joy. Remember, it's never too late to start, and every small step you take matters. You deserve to prioritize yourself and your happiness. Finding time. Amid responsibilities. Finding time for yourself can feel tricky, especially when you have so many responsibilities, but it's not impossible. One idea is to involve your family or friends in your activities. Turning your hobby into a shared experience can be fun and meaningful. For example, if you love painting, let your kids or friends join you for an art night. Another tip is to treat your hobby as part of your self-care, just like exercising or taking time to rest. Doing what makes you happy isn't selfish. It's a way to recharge so you can show up even better for the people you love. Remember, finding balance doesn't mean doing everything perfectly. It just means making space for what brings you joy. Creating joy in the present. Combining childhood passions with adult skills. Bringing your childhood passions into your adult life can create so much joy. If you loved baking cookies as a kid, why not start a food blog or even sell your baked goods at a local market? If performing made your heart sing, consider organizing storytelling nights with friends or hosting karaoke gatherings to let your creativity shine. Were you fascinated by building things? Try diving into home improvement projects or fun DIY crafts that can make your space uniquely yours. Combining what you loved as a child with the skills you've gained as an adult is a beautiful way to feel fulfilled. It's never too late to turn those early sparks of joy into something meaningful in your life today. Fostering a growth mindset. Embracing a growth mindset is such a powerful way to reconnect with your childhood passions. It's okay if you're not an expert right away. Learning something new is part of the fun. If you loved music as a kid, maybe now's the time to take a class or try a new instrument. Or if you enjoyed drawing, consider watching tutorials or joining an art group to grow your skills. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about letting yourself explore and enjoy the process. Every step you take is a way to nurture your passions and bring more joy into your life. Conclusion. Rediscovering your childhood dreams isn't about going back in time. It's about finding pieces of yourself that still bring you joy today. Those passions can spark creativity, boost your mental well-being, and fill your life with a deeper sense of fulfillment. By taking time to explore what once made you happy, you're giving yourself permission to prioritize you. It's not selfish, it's necessary, because your happiness matters. Every small step you take to reconnect with your inner child is a step toward living a more joyful, meaningful life. Remember, it's never too late to find your spark and let it shine. I have a little challenge for you this week. Take a moment to reflect on one childhood activity that made you truly happy. Then, take one small step to bring it into your life today. Whether that's doodling, baking, or just spending time in nature, you deserve to feel that joy again. And this is your chance to reconnect with the part of you that still knows how to dream. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope it brought you a little inspiration and joy. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep sharing this journey together. I'd also love to hear from you, so feel free to share your childhood passions in the comments. I can't wait to cheer you on.